This episode of Is This Adulting is brought to you by our Patreon supporters. If you'd like to support us, you can go to our website, isthisadultingpod.com, and click on the Support the Show tab to support us via Patreon or PayPal. Thanks.
This is your best friend Jennifer, originally from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, now living in Kingston upon Thames, UK. And you're listening to Is This Adulting?
Hey everybody, and welcome to Is This Adulting, a weekly conversation between two best friends navigating adulthood and our struggles with mental illness as overgrown man-children. I'm best friend number one, Stephen Pappas.
And I'm best friend number two, Chris Grimmett.
You did it! I'm so proud of you. You didn't.
I know.
You didn't call yourself the Orlando Kid?
That was my name last week.
And you didn't have any trouble saying your actual name in full?
I know, believe it or not, I was correct. For once.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
My sweet baby boy, you're growing up to be a man.
Puberty's been hard, though, I'll be honest with you.
I bet. Well,
there's hair everywhere. Sorry.
I could see it. I could see the thought developing in your head. That's why I tried to steer away from it.
Where is it coming from, Stephen? There's hair everywhere.
Well, I don't know. We could ask our guests to try to help you figure out where the hair is coming from.
That's
inappropriate.
That's not what I was told my role was on this
this
production.
Signed up for. Well, this week we're excited to welcome another awesome guest to the show from the Broadswords podcast and cousin of the Flash himself, Grant Gustin.
It's true.
Kristin Flemons. Hi, Kristin.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic.
So tell me all about your cousin.
I think he's been adjacent to the Flash a few times.
Dang it. I was hoping you were going to roll with me on the bit.
I don't know enough about the Flash. I already told you that I haven't seen it.
You couldn't have even gone with he runs fast.
He is very fast. Just
okay.
Many kilometers an hour.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what does that mean in miles per hour?
Several.
Okay.
Yes.
Many goes to several. And, you know,
I think that's the scientific conversion.
We had all this conversation kind of beforehand in a way, and now it's all coming back around now that the mics are on.
Time is a circle.
It's all a flat line. Flat circle? Flat circle?
You're not even going to ask me about my puberty, Stephen? I've just been waiting this
Chris,
entire
tell me
time.
more about your puberty. Is time a circle for you?
It's too late now. It's too late.
It's over. Now he's a man.
I'm a man.
You're a man now, Christopher. Now go and be a man. I don't know what I don't know.
That's a really inspirational speech. Tell me more about this.
Don't ask me to come up with things. I'm not intelligent. I spent 10 minutes before we recorded this talking to you about the CW, so I don't know. Can we just move on? No?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Well, before we do everything, Kristin, do you want to tell everybody a little bit about you and what you do and where they can find you on the interwebs and or your home address?
Absolutely. All of the above. So I am part of a all-female Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast called The Broadswords. So if you're into that good nerdy stuff, you can find us at thebroadswords.com or on Twitter and Instagram and the various social medias at The Broadswords and chat us up. And if you wanted to talk to me directly, I am at KFlem on Twitter.
KFlem.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like a really gross radio station.
Yeah. You know what's really good?
1068 KFlem.
My father is a physician and like a lung specialist. And so the phlegm really resonates strongly in the family.
Yeah.
Is his first name start with a P, so he would be P Phlegm, but the P is silent, so it's just Phlegm again?
No, but his students did get him a jersey that said Dr. Flemons on it, but spelt PHLE. What is it? I think there's a G in there somewhere. All of that. Flemons. Yeah.
Sure.
It's very good.
I'm a grown man. I don't know how to spell phlegm, though.
Phlegm, I think.
Phlegmum?
Phlegm.
It's a gross word. I'm sure there's somebody out there listening that's
saying
just
it.
like, I can't listen to this show anymore because they've said that word too many times.
I like how we transitioned from puberty talk to phlegm talk. We haven't really gotten out of the gross area yet.
Just
Also,
go
that's a
deeper.
show on K-Phlegm. Welcome to Phlegm.
Gross area.
The gross
Where
area.
is that hair coming from?
My name is Walter Cronkite, and I'm here for the gross area.
Can we please start like a spin-off show called The Gross Area? Like, today on The Gross Area, we're talking cysts.
I don't want to.
We're talking pus.
Oh, that was the word I was hoping you weren't going to use.
Pus Patrol, here we come.
Oh my God. Okay. I just this parachute's a knapsack. I need to get off this train really quick. So, hey, as always, we want to thank our sponsor Blueberry for our new segment where one of us pitches the other a podcast that they've been thinking about recently. Chris, please pitch me a podcast that is not what did we call it? The gross space or whatever.
The gross zone.
The gross zone.
I don't even remember what we called it. All right, so I've got another one, and I'm sure Blueberry will be excited to not associate their brand with the things we've been speaking of. So I'll change the subject. So I'm not sure if you're aware or not, but a couple weeks ago was the special day, Valentine's Day, huh? And see, it's a kind of a
less than a week
bag.
ago.
Well, I don't know when this is coming out. Whatever. So usually during Valentine's Day, you watch all these lovey-dovey movies where they're focused on just normal stories, but I am not interested in those normal stories. No, not at all. I am interested in those stories that we just don't get to hear as often. Yo, I got a question to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you heard about monsters being in love? Huh? Look, they get Halloween, and sure, that's nice, but monsters fall in love too. And I'm here to share their story. You never hear about those goblins or those ghouls or dwarves or elves and how they met their special someone. And that's why my podcast is... What are you...
Hold.
Okay, what?
Dwarves and elves are not monsters.
Monsters?
Don't be mean
just
to dwarves
putting it
and
in the
elves.
adjacent...
Monster
Field.
adjacent.
Yes, they're monster adjacent, whatever.
I feel like Legolas would have a few things to say about that.
Hey, all I have to say is this. Who's the one sharing their story? It's me. It's not either of you. So let
Okay.
me
not
advocate
them.
for them. Thank you very much.
Fine. This is
Well-
Chris's story.
My podcast is a place where I'm going to provide a space where we can share their love stories. It's all about showing what love looks like for the rest of us in this world. And it's a podcast that I call Let's Get Mythical. Let's
All right.
get mythical. I
Is that
wanna
gonna be your
get
theme song?
mythical. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get, what's her name? Olivia Newton-John? Everyone will be there.
What's her name?
I'll get the Monster Mash music. I'll mix it all together. It'll be
Oh
perfect.
my God,
This is
it would
very
be beautiful.
good.
I figured you would
very
appreciate
here
that
for this.
considering your podcast. I want to do something very special just for you.
Thank you.
Did you do it really special just for her, or were you already planning on doing it, and then you kind of roped it around to?
Well,
be-
ironically, I had already made this for this episode, and then it was just luckily that you decided to come on. So I was like, oh, that's even more perfect.
Serendipitous.
Well, Christopher, it's an interesting idea, bud, but creating a podcast isn't as easy as recording your show and then just uploading an MP3. You know that, right?
You are always about these details.
I am. God, it's like you don't even listen.
I don't. So go ahead and tell me
all right,
what I
well-
need to hear.
Well, to get the most out of your show, you're going to need a lot of help. Again, clearly. Have you thought about hosting that's fast and reliable so you don't have issues week to week?
No.
Good. What about accurate download stats so you know what your numbers truly are?
Yeah, I actually have.
Oh, really?
No. I
That's
just
impressive.
figured I would
Oh,
change it
no,
up.
I didn't think you had because you don't think about many things. And you're going to
Exactly.
need help with a website because, let's face it, at the end of the day, you want to focus your time and effort on creating more content. So what type of content, and I really hesitate to ask, what type of content are we going to be looking for with this lovely show?
Steven, we all know of giants, don't we?
Sure.
We know that they're big and scary, but did you know they have the biggest hearts, both biologically and also emotionally? Well, you are not going to believe this adorable love story between these two giants who they fell madly for each other, and they decided to grow their family tree. It's an episode that I call They're Once, Twice, 3 Times the Baby.
What?
Okay, that was a Lionel Richie reference. Thank you very much.
No, I know it was
Once, Twice, Three Times the Lady. It's a very famous song from the Commodores. Deal with it. Gosh.
I
and it's a big
understood the
baby.
reference.
It would be a very large
It took me a
baby.
second. I was like, okay, so you're implying that the baby's very large. Got it.
Because it's a giant. Oh my gosh. What has happened? Has puberty changed my humor? Do you just not find me funny anymore?
Well, Blueberry offers all of your podcasting needs, so we can focus on that sort of stuff. Everything
Whatever.
from hosting all the way to your own WordPress site. Does that sound good?
Why not? Oh, is there more questions? Sorry, you just really you didn't yes and me there, so I just got really disappointed. Sure, that sounds exactly what I need, Stephen. But dadgummit, what if I have already started? Do you like that better?
I do. It was beautiful. It's all good. It doesn't matter whether you already have your podcast or if you've always wanted to start your own. Blueberry can help you, and you get your first month free in the process. Just head over to blueberry.com. That's blueberry without the e's.com/BFF and get your first month free now.
Well, you think you've solved all my problems, but I've got one more riddle for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all well and good, but I have a loyal fan base, and I don't want to lose a subscriber. So what am I supposed to do, Stephen?
That's tough. What do you call your subscribers?
I might be mixing metaphors here by going a little bit Star Wars, but I refer to them as the Myth Lords.
Okay, I'll take it.
Like I said,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's not the best, but it's what I could come up with in 30 seconds before we started recording.
That is okay. Well, their support team can help you migrate your existing show with their free tools, so you're not going to lose any of your subscribers. How's that sound?
Oh, gee whiz, boy. That was a weird combination of words. So, whoop-de-doo. I'm excited about that.
I didn't realize you were sharing this ad with a small child and just expressing joy to him. Anyway, go ahead and get to work on... Oh, I forgot it already. Let's get mythical. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I
There
was
it
literally
is.
gonna keep silent until you remembered.
Oh, but I remembered it. Or any other
Well done.
podcast today with Blueberry and get your first month free by using our promo code BFF. We did it. That was a painful one. There was a lot of resentment in that ad.
There was, because you didn't find my jokes funny. Thank you very much.
I always find your jokes funny, Christopher.
Hey, anyone who's listening that appreciated my Lionel Richie joke, I just want you to tell Steven how awesome it was. And if you didn't find it funny, I would prefer if you kept that to yourself, because I'm kind of sensitive today.
Yeah, if you didn't find it funny, hashtag hello. Is it humor you're looking for?
Oh.
Mine was worse.
Wow. Wow. That makes
Chris,
me
I love
sad.
you. Well, we're gonna talk about our feelings right now. So we're gonna start off this week just like we do every week with a mental health check-in. Hey, Chris, how you been this week?
Well, if anyone is listening that has before, and they feel like I sound a little bit off, I'm going to give you a little peek behind the curtain. It's because I am. Y'all, this week's been pretty daggum rough. Specifically today, there have been good things that have happened this past week. Some kind of exciting stuff, like I got a promotion, which was a really exciting thing, and so that's appreciative, especially considering I've been in some pretty bad work environments. So being able to be kind of appreciated is something that is pretty meaningful right now to me. So there's been things that have been good, but I mean, I guess maybe with promotion, there's just, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not very good with change. And I think that it kind of just reminds me of if it was like school and it was a new semester and there's kind of like the panic of the unknown, or you don't really know what to expect. And because of that, I've just been really struggling this past week. I've just had a lot of anxiety, just really, really badly. I was able to go and spend some time with some really good friends this weekend, and that was great. But I have spent a lot of time with people over the last couple of weeks. Between we went to Orlando and then I went to Charleston. And then I've been doing a lot of stuff at work where I've been talking with people, and I'm just kind of burnt out of human, what am I trying to say? Connection? Mm-hmm. Is that what I'm trying to say? I feel like interaction. That's what I'm looking for. I would prefer to go find a small hole and make that my home for a while, and just appreciate the darkness. I don't know. That made it sound like I'm Gollum or something. But yeah, and
Simon
so
and Garfunkel or whatever.
or that too. Yeah.
People like them.
So yeah, I've just been struggling a lot, and so probably the worst things that have happened this week. I have twice, unexpectedly, without really any type of justification, been pretty hardcore yelled at, and that's never fun. And to have it happen twice, both times, just really just them letting you have it when literally I didn't do anything. I just happened to be the person that was at the that walked in right as the pie was being thrown, so to speak.
Right.
And I had woken up this morning, even before getting yelled at again today at work. And for whatever reason, I finally slept great, which is the first night I've slept well in, honestly, like weeks. And I was super pumped. And I woke up, and for whatever reason, I started like having a lot of anxiety, which has been worse than usual lately. And so I get a little bit calm, and then I find myself getting yelled at later today, and it's just kind of been one thing after another. So although I'm okay, I'll be completely honest with you. I'm grateful for recording with y'all and meeting a new friend today and being able to joke around and stuff, because your boy's not been doing really good, and I'll be fine. I know I will. It's just sometimes you have those days where you kind of look at your schedule and like, man, I'm not going to really have some personal time for like 3 more days. And so it's kind of one of those things where like, can I just finish this race? And then what's going to keep me going is knowing I'm going to have a little bit of time to calm down. So I'm hoping by the time that this comes out, that will be that evening that it comes out on a Thursday, I can actually have a little bit of time to relax. So
everyone flood his social media that evening.
Yes.
And just because that's what he wants, is just
Yes.
more people to talk to. So,
but overall, I'm going to be okay. I am. And I'm really grateful for, friends like y'all, friends from the Facebook group and everywhere else that kind of helps when those are rough days. But it's just kind of been one thing after another, just between getting yelled at, just my mailbox randomly gets knocked over. And so now we're having to deal with that. I'm driving, and all of a sudden this dude looks at me and flips me off. And usually that doesn't matter, but then you're just kind of being like, you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
One more of those, I'm going to be randomly crying by McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely kind of where I've been. But I'm excited about hanging out and talking about some good things and helping me kind of process some stuff tonight. So yeah. So should I refer to you as Your Highness Flim Flim? Is that how I should refer to you?
You may. That is.
Yeah, I want to be as formal as I can.
Princess Flim Flim sounds right.
Princess Flim Flim. But yeah, so how you doing? How's this week been for you?
I've been doing pretty all right.
Good.
As I was talking to Stephen a little bit earlier, I have been doing a PhD in anthropology for like the last 5 years. And I have just in like the last little bit decided that I'm going to stop doing that PhD because it has been making me fairly miserable. And the amount of relief from that decision and like the way that I've been able to see like my own anxiety and like sort of depressive behaviors like become immediately alleviated by that decision is pretty amazing. And so like when you were talking about like, the fear of change and like the panic of the unknown, there is sort of like a little bit of that terror of the abyss, like rising up from underneath. But I like have at least a couple months before I need to figure out something else to do. Got like a little bit of time left on my grant. And so I've just mostly been spending my time like hanging out with people that I like, playing a lot of like board games and like D&D role-playing games and doing a lot of really nice things, and it feels great. And so like
Great.
doing all right.
Yeah, well, congratulations for making that big step. I mean, I'm sure it was hard, but that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's definitely like a 5-year decision that has been like something I haven't been able to do for like the past 5 years. But yeah,
Wow.
Sometimes it takes that time to like really be like, wow, this is really wrong. And then,
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're finding some clarity. That's cool.
Thanks.
So, all right, Stevie boy. I don't know if I've ever referred to you as that, so I already immediately felt uncomfortable, but blame it on my puberty. I don't know my own body anymore.
Can that be the catchphrase? Blame it on puberty?
Sorry. I immediately started taking that "Blame It on the Alcohol" song.
Yeah, no, me too.
Did you? It's just a very different song when you change it.
I was going to say that is Jamie Foxx's lesser known hit.
When he's out of all of his other type of businesses and he needs to make some money, he's just going to start making his hits and just changing some words around. But Stevie boy, how you doing?
I am sufficient.
Interesting. That's a word we haven't heard yet.
Yeah, no, I am having a sufficient week. That is the best way I can put it. It's good enough. Like, it's fine. It has been an interesting week, but I'm hanging in. I had a really bad day on Saturday. I had some not so great thoughts. I was in a very bad headspace, and I spent $200 I don't have on stuff on my credit card. To buy a bunch of useless shit that got shipped to my house. And so, yay, I did that. But that was kind of like rock bottom. I ate so much garbage that day, and I just like was in a bad spot. And then I decided, you know what, I'm done with this. And so the rest of the week I've been doing pretty good. I've been trying to eat better. That failed me today because I got so busy working that I forgot to eat until like 3. So I was like starving. And so I definitely ate not great because I just ate whatever I could order fast and bring home. But no, it's been fine. But went to the psychiatrist last week on Valentine's Day, the most romantic thing you can do. And we have another meds adjustment again. Oh, we need like a sound drop for meds adjustment. I want it so badly. Any voice actors out there, hit us with that. Looking at you, Nick. All right. Yeah, so I'm dropping off of the benzos completely this week, which is what I've wanted for almost a year. And so I'm really happy with that. But coming off of the benzos, not fun. Because in the last month and a half, I've gone from 2 Klonopin a day down to none. And my body's just not loving that quick weaning process. But I'm actually weaning a little slower than the doctor told me to, just because I don't want to just like bust back into anxiety territory. So I took all those out and upped some other things, and it's an adventure this week. I'm all over the place. I'm a roller coaster of emotions, but it's a beautiful thing. I don't know. It's good though. I'm fine. I'm better.
Good.
I'm semi happy now. So I mean that's all you can ask for. And hey, like just on a real note, real fast, talking about the week I've had. Part of the reason I had such a bad day is the whole back half of last week. I slept maybe 8 hours and 4 nights.
Oof.
Because of the tragedy that happened on Wednesday. It was Wednesday, correct? It was Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. That had happened on Wednesday of last week in Florida at the high school, and that gets in my head because my wife is a high school teacher. And so, you say goodbye every morning when you go to work, and after something like that, the next week or so, it's just this constant anxiety of like, I'm saying goodbye to my wife, but hopefully everything's okay. And actually the next day, there was a threat made at a high school with the same name as hers in a different state, but all I saw was the name. And so that got me real rattled. And so, we don't get political here. But I do want to say, like, something's got to change. This can't keep happening.
Yeah.
I'm fed up. I'm sick and tired of having to offer thoughts and prayers because thoughts and prayers are not enough. I'm getting tired of it. So, but I want to say I saw Black Panther, and there was a quote in there that I just want to read real quick because it stuck with me. And it's just, first off, y'all go see this movie because it's incredible.
I'm going tomorrow.
But oh my God, it's so good.
I'm very excited.
But toward the end of the film, he says, "In times of trouble, the wise build bridges while the foolish build barriers." Mm-hmm. And so just maybe let's all remember that and stop arguing and fighting and getting into heated debates and come together and be friends and love each other. 'Cause, hate's bad. Love's good. I think that's all I have to say about that.
Hear, hear.
Everyone goes through puberty.
Everyone goes through, exactly. We've all been there. So we have a common
That's a
thread.
united stance that we can all get behind.
It is. And another united stance is we all love Black Panther. Go see this movie. My God. Once Chris has seen it, I want to record a Patreon bonus episode talking about it because this movie was incredibly powerful and had a lot to say commentary-wise. So, yeah. Anyway, as always, if you have a mental health check-in you'd like to share or an idea of how we can encourage you throughout the week, like I always say, we're not professionals, but you can email us over at isthisadultingpod@gmail.com, or you can post it in the Is This Adulting Best Friends on Facebook. It's a great place to post something silly and fun or something serious, and you'll get a response either way. There's going to be people who are like, "That's hilarious," or "Hey, do you need to talk?" It's just a really cool community that has been kind of fostered there, and I love that place. So go check it out. So now we're going to roll into topics. And first we're going to talk about Kristin's topic. And Kristin, I'm confused what this topic could possibly be because all I have written down in my show notes is Kristin's topic, good boys. What could that possibly mean?
Are you not familiar with the good words of the good boys, Stephen?
No, but I can hold on. Let me get out my Extreme Team Bible.
Yeah.
And I will focus on the word.
Read to the masses.
Oh my
the
gosh.
truth that is contained in the Extreme Teen Bible.
So for people who don't know what we're talking about, what are we talking about?
We are talking about the Good Brothers McElroy.
Oh my God. They're my angels. They're my sweet baby angels.
Sweet baby angels.
I love them so much. So I feel like we should actually describe who they are. Okay. So the McElroy brothers, for those of you who don't know, are primarily podcasters, I would say. They're content creators. And so you've got Griffin, Justin, and Travis McElroy. And they are, I guess in descending order, you would have Justin, Travis, and Griffin McElroy. Mm-hmm. My bad. But they are three brothers who grew up in West Virginia who are amazing, hilarious people. Justin and Griffin work for Polygon, if any of you are YouTube fans, and they do video series on there that are amazing. They all three host a podcast, which is their most popular one, which is called My Brother and Me. It's an advice show for the modern era. It's hilarious. It is actually the way that I met Kristin literally yesterday. Because I saw a picture of her and she was wearing a Shrimp Heaven Now t-shirt in the picture. And I immediately was just like, Shrimp Heaven Now. And as soon as she responded with the proper response, which is, "We can't keep doing this, Daniel," I knew we were best friends.
Best friends.
And so they do that. They do a show called The Adventure Zone with their father, Clint McElroy, which is an actual play D&D podcast, very similar to your own.
What a coincidence. Yeah, that's definitely the inspiration for us starting ours. So
I thought you were going to say definitely not an inspiration.
Yeah. Also that, not at all.
Yeah, not at all. And they also do independent shows with their wives. Each of them does a show with their wife. Griffin and Rachel do Wonderful. Travis and Teresa do Schmanners. And Sydney and Justin do Sawbones. And then Travis does a million other shows.
Yep.
They do wonderful stuff, y'all. And if you take nothing away from this other than that, go listen to at least My Brother and Me. Mm-hmm. If you think we're goofs, you're going to love them.
Yeah, that's a whole new echelon of goof that I can only aspire to in my personal life. I'm working on it. I'm training hard. I've got a rigorous regimen, but that's the dream.
Mm-hmm. It is the dream. And Chris and I were kind of coming together with this podcast. We were like, we love My Brother and Me, but we'll never be that funny. We'll never be as good as the Good Boys. It's not possible. And so we got to talking yesterday, Kristin and I, and it was just a matter of they've clearly had influence on us in our lives and on our shows. And so Kristin, I'll let you, this is your topic. What have the McElroys done for you or meant for you? What is your experience with them?
So I only discovered the McElroys last spring kind of deal. So I think it was the Polygon YouTube channel that I first was watching. So I was watching a lot of Touch the Skyrim and Monster Factory, and burned through that back catalog. And I was like, who is this Justin and Griffin McElroy? I need more of them in my life. And that led me to the Adventure Zone, which I subsequently binged for weeks straight. My partner could not talk to me because I was constantly wearing headphones. I think I told you before, it's the ADHD brain where if I'm into something, that is what I am into, and I am doing it 24/7, and everyone's going to hear about it and how great it is. So
podcasting is that for me?
Yeah. That is exactly right. So yeah, I don't even know how to express my love for the Adventure Zone in words. I feel like I could just sit here sort of sobbing and laughing interchangeably with no actual words being expressed, and that wouldn't be enough. But that show means so much to me. That show is... how do you even find the words? Starts as so many wonderful goofs and just a silly happy time, and then the world and the characters being built up. I found myself crying as much as I was. I'm a big crier, so that's an endorsement when I'm crying at things. That's not a warning away. It's so good, but those characters and that world and their
I wept on so many occasions. I haven't even listened to the last two mini campaigns yet because I was so attached to that first one that I need some time.
It's hard to
move on.
Yeah, the other two campaigns are also very good, but Trey's Horny Boys are so special, so incredibly wonderful. And
I tried to get Chris to name his fantasy football team Trey's Horny Boys, but he wouldn't do it.
Well, you need more than Trey's Boys for a football team, right? I may be
That's
Canadian,
fair, exactly.
but
Yep.
Oh my God. No, they're wonderful. Also, I love this monster truck rally announcer that you've created, this voice. I think I'll call him Glenn.
Yeah.
And Glenn the monster truck rally announcer is my new favorite.
Yeah, the voice of ADHD enthusiasm and hyperfocus. Hello. So I did this with D&D too. So the Adventure Zone got me really interested in tabletop role-playing games. And I was like, this is fantastic. I want to play this. And the minute that I found an opportunity, Victoria, who is the DM for the Broadswords, I met her online and she invited me to play a couple, a Star Wars Edge of Empire game with her and I saw your tattoo.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got one over here, too.
Nice. She invited me to do that and then hop in on another campaign she was doing. Then we started the Broadsword. So, I'm super new to this. This is, as of July of this summer. And immediately I was like, I have to buy the starter kit. I'm going to go home. I went home for a month to visit my family in Calgary, and I conscripted them all into a game with me. I was like, I am your dungeon master, and you do not have a choice. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons. Mom, stepfather, brother, sit down. We are doing this. So Whoa, 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 whoa. Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my god. Now I'm just picturing the ADHD voice like telling Mom, Peggy, Barbara, everyone sit down. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons.
That is exactly
Grave Digger.
That is precisely.
She doesn't understand that reference, probably.
I actually
No.
have seen a monster truck rally, and I do know
So you
Grave
know
Digger.
Gravedigger.
I do.
Wait, does the monster trucks go? Do monster trucks go to
I think
Canada?
yeah, I saw one in Montreal, and my favorite monster truck was, what was it called again?
Grave
The
Digger.
Crush Station, and it was a big lobster truck. It was a lobster
What?
truck, and it was called the Crush Station.
You know, I've always wanted and believed
know what
in
else
my
is-
heart
Go ahead.
that monster trucks could be an international sport. But not until now did you help me realize that was possible.
In the
And so
Olympics.
thank you so
Yes,
much.
the Olympics.
The Olympics monster truck.
Oh my god, yes. You know where they would broadcast them?
What?
On the Crush Station,
Yeah.
108.9 KFLM. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
So how did you get into the
Christopher-
McElroys? Both of
Yeah,
you.
Chris and I, we go a little further back.
Yeah.
With the boys than you do. Chris, I don't know which one of us discovered them first.
I think you did.
Was it me? I was gonna say
I think
I
so.
found them through the Adventure Zone. Mm-hmm. I was just kind of going through podcasts, and I was like, Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be into this, and so I decided to just kind of give it a go, and I fell in love immediately with the characters. But I was like, these guys are hilarious.
Was it Magic Brian that did it? I think it was Magic Brian that did it for me.
Magic Brian? I don't know. Barry Blue Jeans
Barry Blue Jeans is very good.
was pretty close. But I think it was actually just in general the entirety of Taco
Yes.
at the beginning.
How is Justin so good at things?
I don't know. He's good at it. They're all good at everything.
They're all so
and
good.
Griffin crafted a beautiful story with the balance arc. But like, I fell in love immediately, and I went through phases where like, this one's my favorite. Now this one's my favorite. Now this one's my favorite. And they're just like, they're all so funny. And the more you listen to their shows, I realized how heartfelt these guys are. Like, they are genuine, just good people who are chill. They don't seem to view themselves with any sort of anything. They're just three brothers that like to entertain people. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But I don't know, you actually got to meet one of them, did you
I
not?
met all of them. I
met all of them.
got a hug from Clint, and yeah, I was
Clint
at,
is their father.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at PodCon in Seattle in December. I got a scholarship to go, which was amazing. It was so fantastic. And the McElroys were there doing some shows and doing some signings. And I had a total, like, mute fangirl moment of, like, bringing up my poster and having them sign it, and they were taking the picture, and Justin was like, what should we do for the picture? We're going to do Dr. Evil? And I just stared at him, and I was like, there are words coming out of your mouth. None of them make sense to me. And I was just deer in the headlights in the photo, like, ah! And I walked away from the table, and I was like physically shaking. And then my brain like rebooted, and I was like, oh, like Austin Powers, like the pinky to, okay, all right, I understand words, Justin. Okay, bye. But they were so lovely, and I made them all Christmas cards, and they were all like holding up their Christmas cards, and it was wonderful. It was such a great convention.
That's so sweet. Now I want a Christmas card. I'm upset.
I can send you a Christmas card.
It's whatever. It is February, so we're a little late.
Whatever.
It's always Christmas on Is This
Candle
Adulting?
Nights is in your heart, and it can be
Oh.
whenever you need it to be.
It is true. So many people are listening to this just like, I don't understand any of these references.
Thank you for
What is
an
being
inscrutable
said?
topic. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you for something we cannot connect with at all unless we've listened to the McElroy brothers.
Well, hey, how
Christopher.
about this? I feel like I can help people connect to it. Okay.
Okay, connect to the McElroy brothers, Christopher.
So,
6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. Go.
Well, for me, I started listening to the McElroy Brothers for a very different reason than just because I was looking for something fun. I had some friends who had listened to it and kind of suggested it to me. And it was, I think they kind of suggested it to me from a place of, they knew I was in a really rough spot.
Mm-hmm.
And they knew that I could use a little bit of joy in my life. And I know that's something that's pretty important for all three of them, is to just be able to spread joy in the world. And, for me, the thing that I would encourage people to do is sometimes when things are difficult, the ability to, put some headphones in and be transported into a place where you feel like you can connect with someone, you can laugh, and you can at least shut out some of the negative stuff for a while, can be really helpful. And I know I'm getting kind of serious on a McElroy topic, which they tend to be really goofy.
No.
In fact,
it's fine.
One of their things usually is in their questions to not no bummers or whatever
No
it is.
bummers, yeah.
But I know that they have a heart for stuff like this, and so yeah, I think for me, the thing that I genuinely appreciate about it, and I think when Stephen, you were talking about how have they affected our show, I think the way they affected it for me, and probably the same for you, Stephen, is we wanted to be able to provide the same type of mission to be able to share joy and bring joy to others, and we wanted to be able to combine that with that mission for the fact that what I've never started saying until recently, when we were at the Podfest a few weeks ago, and now I feel like I keep saying it because it kind of resonates with me. The idea of just because I'm depressed doesn't mean I'm depressing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And just that notion that that you can be going through some stuff and you can still experience. You can still laugh. You can still laugh so hard you cry. You can joke around. You can play D&D, and it's just interesting that in the same type of way, Kristin, you said that it came to you pretty recently. The D&D stuff came to me recently too, over this past year and a half, where I had never even heard much about Dungeons and Dragons, except for I just assumed that I wouldn't like it. And they were able to bring me into a different world, and I ended up starting to play a lot, and it was so therapeutic.
Yeah.
Sometimes to escape and to be able to laugh is all that you need to be able to provide some healing. And there's never a possibility probably that any of them would ever hear this, but if nothing else, I'm just very grateful for that, because it helped get me through some of, being completely honest, some of the shittiest experiences of my life for the last couple of years. And I can say I'm truly forever grateful for that, because just I felt like I helped. I was able to get some friends when I needed it most, even though I've never met them.
Yeah, 100. I agree with that 3,000%. At PodCon, they were talking about podcasters as the friends in your ears, and the friends that you can take with you.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever and wherever you need them. And I have definitely on some really shitty nights where my anxiety is going out of control and I can't sleep because my brain is just whoosh, 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 pop on the Adventure Zone, pop on the McElroys, and that just can calm it down and immediately be somewhere positive and light. And even though they do that, it's light, it's funny, they do the no bummers thing, because it's not actually advice, it's goofs off of advice, and they're not trying to fix people's problems or do any sort of counseling stuff, but they've all been so open with their own struggles with mental health and with losing family members, and that sort of openness and generosity of spirit I think is so close to the surface that it's also for me such a safe place to tuck into, that joy. Definitely. I know that is going to be a place that is comforting and welcoming, and it's not going to throw weird sort of comedy sidebars at you and jab it is loving and wonderful, and I love it so much. And there's
Yep, definitely.
And I could sit here and I feel like I could talk literally all day about them and what they've done for me. Because for me, it kind of turned into how they've helped us emotionally rather than professionally, which I think is actually probably more apropos, because it's just like, they've helped me in incredible ways. Because their shows were some of the ones that got me through losing my dad, because I know that they're pretty open. They don't talk too much about it, but they're pretty open about having lost their mom at a fairly young age. And so it's incredibly powerful how they've been able to impact me with that. Like you said, it's just pure joy. Yeah. It's just, they bring, like, I started watching The Bachelor because of Griffin and Rachel's show Rose Buddies, and then when all the scandal went down, I abandoned The Bachelor, but I stayed with the show because they changed it to Wonderful, which is just a wonderful show.
Yeah.
It's just so great. Yeah. And so, go check out all of their shows. We'll wrap it up because I could sit here and make references all day, but nobody wants that except for maybe us. They've changed the way I have spoken, though, I will say. Anytime you hear Chris or I, or Kristin, say the term good, or my sweet something.
Or boys. Just
or
boys.
That comes from the McElroys, because they've influenced the way I speak. I definitely do the thing that Griffin does as well, where I'm like, yeah, that's going to be a big no. Like I do that sort of thing all the time.
Yep.
So I can't claim that as my own either. My wife has just gotten used to it. So I basically have adopted Griffin McElroy's pattern of speech. Like, if the dog is doing something stupid, I'll just look at him and go, hey bud, you okay? Like, so I have adopted that in so many ways.
That makes me so happy. That's hilarious.
I want to be 30 under 30 media luminary Griffin McElroy.
Yes.
That's all I want.
Sweet baby brother.
But I'm approaching 30 very quickly, and I don't think I'm going to be a media luminary, so I'm not going to make that 30 under 30 list. I got to hope I can make the 60 under 60.
Yeah. There's time.
Something like that.
There's time.
Anyway, so we're going to transition.
Okay.
Because I could do this all day. We're going to get to the game here in just a second. Yes. We're going to get to the game here in just a second, but first we're going to take a quick break and do our podcast recommendation for this week. Hey everybody, it's me, it's Steven, best friend number 1, breaking in with your weekly podcast recommendation. This week, the recommendation that we're going to give you is The Bright Sessions. It's another audio drama, just like last week. The Bright Sessions is a science fiction podcast that follows a group of therapy patients, but these aren't your typical patients. Each has a unique supernatural ability. The show documents their struggles and discoveries, as well as the motivations of their mysterious therapist, Dr. Bright. Y'all, this is a great show. I love it so much. You can check it out at thebrightsessions.com, or you can just find it in whatever podcatcher you use, whether it's Apple Podcasts or Podcast Addict or Stitcher, Google Play, any of that fun stuff. So with all that said, definitely check it out, and we're going to get back to the show. Oh, gosh. Okay. All right. Are you sure you're ready to do this with us?
Oh, not at all sure, but that's never stopped me before.
That's beautiful and so reassuring. We're back. Hey.
Wow, what a great podcast recommendation.
I loved it.
Resignation.
Resignation?
Yes.
That was good. Me announcing the end of Is This Adulting? It was a great recommendation, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I haven't made the recommendation yet. That's what the joke is.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, we did it. It's a great goof. So now we're going to play a game. And this week, Steven brought the game. Sorry, I went into ADD Glenn there for a second. Steven brought the game real hard. We're going to play a fan favorite. We haven't done it since before Christmas. Mm-hmm. We're going to play Too Fast, Too Trivia.
Oh, yeah.
And so I put together trivia questions because, let's be honest, I'm too good at this game.
You really are.
And it's way more fun to watch Chris flail against a guest than to watch me just kind of kick ass at it.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
And I totally own that, and I enjoy coming up with questions. So I have made the questions. Chris, you will go first because just as a way to show our guest how it's done.
Mm-hmm. And are we going to retell for new listeners what exactly Too Fast, Too Trivia is?
Yes, I should do that. There are new listeners, I'm hoping. Mm-hmm. Hello, new listener. Just the one. Hello, dear listener.
Hello there.
Hi.
It's a new
Hi,
technology.
I'm Glenn,
They
the
can talk
ADD
back.
guy. Yeah, so what Too Fast, Too Trivia is it is a trivia game that is too fast. There you go. Basically, they each get 15 questions, which sounds like it's going to take a while. But don't worry, it's not.
Nope.
Because they only have 1 second to answer just whatever's on their mind has to come out first. Whatever the first thing that pops in their head, that's their answer. And you will see it's not as easy as you are sitting at home thinking it is.
And let me just go ahead and tell you. Just in advance, Kristin, when we say the first thing that pops in your head, I promise you my answers are going to be all over the place.
Good.
And only because my mind apparently goes to weird places before I actually know the correct answer. So just know that going in that you're going to be able to win. I promise.
I'm very bad at trivia, so we will see.
So am I, even when I have
Also,
time to think about
I should
it.
probably preface, the trivia is definitely children's trivia. But I snuck some
That's
more
important.
difficult things in there, and I've already let Kristin know this, and Chris should know this from past ones. There's at least one troll question in both of y'all's where the answer is very specific, and you've got to
great.
come up with it.
Great.
And
And we
so-
play intimidating music to help make it even more
We do play intimidating music. You will all be hearing that soon. So with that, I ask you, Chris, are you ready?
Good God. No, but let's do it.
All right. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll say go.
Okay.
Oh, I'm ready. Go ahead.
All right. Go. Who lives in a trash can on Sesame Street?
Pumpkinhead.
How did the prince
What?
wake up for...
Oscar.
How did the prince wake up Snow White?
What? Say it again?
How did the prince wake up Snow White?
She kissed him.
What is 2 plus 7?
9.
Where does the president live? What
The House of White.
What colors make purple?
Red and blue.
Incisors, molars, and canines are... What's your wife's name?
Oh my God! Hold on.
You're
Good
not
Lord.
answering.
Okay, hold on. You got to give me half a second. Ask a question again.
What's your wife's name?
Kate.
There, we'll start with that baseline. Where does metal come from?
The ground.
What is the last name of the 2 main characters on Gilmore Girls? What do you
Lucky
put-
Stars. What?
What do you put in a toaster?
Oven. Dang
where,
it.
Where does Spider-Man shoot webs from?
Okay. I was about said his butthole, so I have to go with that.
Which bear is best?
Jericho.
Old MacDonald had a what?
Say it again.
Old MacDonald had a what?
Farm.
Who sang All Star?
Man, boy.
What
don't
is
know.
love?
What is love? I don't know. Giants. That's what I'm going to
Baby,
say.
don't hurt me.
You just did a lot more silence than you usually do. You usually jump faster, and so your
Well,
brain's not
the
operating
problem
full
was
speed.
the music. Let me go ahead and just warn you. I was trying to turn the music down so I could hear you better. Unfortunately, you also went down in the volume, so it became quite complicated for me. We'll have to get that figured out moving forward because it's very stressful. But I think that is the most I've ever gotten, which might be
because
5.
I gave you more time than usual because you were silent for longer.
Because I couldn't hear it. That was the problem. I promise you, I wasn't thinking longer. That's for sure.
Okay, well, let's just go back through and see how many you got. Who lives in a trash can on Sesame Street? You said Pumpkinhead.
The
that
less
is-
known, the less known Sesame Street character.
Oscar's
Well,
little
there is
brother.
a horror movie character named Pumpkinhead. That it is Oscar the Grouch. How
Yep.
did the prince wake up Snow White? She kissed him.
I like this
No,
version
she was
more.
asleep.
She surprised him. He went to kiss her, and
She's
she's
like,
like,
"Uh-uh,
"Oh, hell no!"
So I'm not giving you that.
That you shouldn't because that's
What
not
is
what
2
happened.
plus 7?
I said 9.
Did you say 9?
Yeah,
did.
yeah, he got that
Okay,
one.
it was hard to hear you because I was trying to rush you.
Yes. Well, okay. You were giving me less than a second in some cases.
You were just being so silent. You weren't even going like,
I think it might be a delay. I think that might have been the problem because I was
Well-
hearing question after question without having a chance to answer.
If anyone's listening and this is your first episode, this is just a clusterfuck. I love you. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay. This is a good reflection of my mental health check-in.
Yeah, that's fair. We're all a little fried. where does the president live?
How-
Technically,
It doesn't count. I said
it doesn't count.
I
You
feel
said
like
the
it
House
should
of
count.
White.
It's true.
which sounds more Game of Thrones esque than
It does.
Well, we won't get there, but it kind of feels that way sometimes. So we'll just no, I'm not gonna let that count because that wasn't the correct answer.
I'm just letting you flail. Incisors, molars, and canines are, what did you say?
Oh, I didn't even hear that question. So
You didn't answer that one. Okay, I didn't
Yep.
think you did. What is your wife's name? You did say Kate, but you also, there was complete silence, and you had like 5 seconds to think of it, because that was our
Well,
baseline question.
I honestly was trying to understand. Yeah, I thought you said something about canines, and I didn't know. I thought you meant like dogs, so I couldn't hear you.
Where does metal come from, Chris? You said from the ground. You're not wrong.
Can I be?
I was
honest with
looking
you?
for ore.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be completely honest with you. I think you could have given me 15 minutes, and I don't know if I would have fully been able to give you the correct answer.
Hey, Chris, what's the last name of the 2 main characters on Gilmore Girls?
I said Lucky Star or something.
You did
like
say
that.
Lucky Stars. Do you know what it is?
It's Gilmore. Yeah, yeah. I was
That
thinking
was-
like, what Stars Hollow is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I went the wrong direction on that.
What do you put in a toaster? You said oven.
First word,
What the correct answer, of course, being?
bread.
Well done. It's not toast. I was trying to trip you up because you have to think fast. Where does Spider-Man shoot his webs from? You did say butthole.
I realized in my head I went butthole and then I said hands and
neither of those are correct.
I know it's whatever
Wrist.
It's wrist, but
Nope, also not correct.
Not
He
correct?
doesn't
What?
shoot it from his body. He shoots it from web shooters.
boring. Yeah, I would like butthole better.
I like
that'd be-
butthole. I feel
Well,
like
that would be
butthole should get a
realistic
point.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think
Spider-Man.
actual spiders shoot it from their buttholes, do they? Like, do they
Essentially.
poop? No, they must have a different orifice for pooping, right?
Do you think in spider puberty they don't always shoot from the buttholes, and then when that happens for the first time, it's pretty amazing?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Spider puberty might be
That
the
might
name
be
of the episode.
Yeah, I think it might be.
I'm just going to write down spider puberty for later, and if my wife finds this sheet, she'll be very confused. Hey, Chris, which bear is best? I don't even know what you said.
I don't. Definitely not the right answer.
Black bear.
Why?
Oh, is that from The Office?
Yeah, it's an Office
Okay.
reference.
Okay, yep.
Old MacDonald had a what? You did say farm,
Did I?
so that is correct.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
Because
Okay,
I was
I
thinking
didn't-
Little
wow.
Lamb, and that was not correct.
To be fair, he might have had a little
Yeah,
lamb.
it probably does.
On his farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who sang All Star? I don't even remember what you said, but it wasn't Smash Mouth.
I definitely know it wasn't Smash Mouth. Like I said, I was panicking because I could barely hear at times. So,
And Chris, what would the answer to be, or to be? What would the answer to be? What would the answer be if I were to ask you, what is love?
it's a complex emotions built off of biology and neurons. I don't know. I'm just trying to.
The answer we were looking for
Baby,
is
don't hurt me.
baby, don't
Baby,
hurt me, don't hurt me no more. So, I'm sorry.
fair.
That
That's
was my
okay.
troll question.
So, I mean, what did I get? And was that? Did I get 4?
You got 3.
Oh, well, dang.
3 out of 15 is the number to beat, Kristen.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Listen to that music.
Yeah,
Get ready. I
I'm-
promise. It's not as easy as you think it is.
I'm queued up. I was listening to the music during yours also, and so I did have
Ooh.
the chance to, like, I may have an unfair advantage because I did adjust the music levels again, so I
Hey,
apologize.
it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played this game multiple times, so technically I should have the advantage.
That is true.
Don't worry.
All right.
right.
Lay it on me.
Go. Who wrote The Cat in the Hat?
Dr. Seuss.
What production company made Aladdin?
Disney.
What color is grass?
Green.
What is Darth Vader's famous line from The Empire Strikes Back?
I'm your father.
What do you pour into your cereal?
Milk.
How many toes do you have
I have 10 toes.
on?
I have 10 toes on currently.
You have 10 toes on. Finish the team. Batman and...
Robin Hood.
No. Name a Shakespeare play.
I was going to say Hamilton, but I mean Hamlet.
Nope. Now you have to go with Hamilton.
That's fine.
What day comes after Monday?
Tuesday.
What does a cow drink?
No, not milk.
What color? No. What color's mustard?
Yellow.
What kind of animal is a kid?
Goat.
Name me 3 good boys.
Justin, Travis, Griffin.
What podcast are you on right now?
Adults. I'm an adult. I think I'm an adult. Am I? Is this adulting?
What's the square root of 4?
No. 2?
Nope. The answer. You said no.
Okay. No. I stand by
so
that.
that's the end.
Congratulations. I think you only missed 2.
Okay, so we're gonna go back through these.
I think the combination of her score and my score made 15.
Yeah. Dream team.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
So we're gonna go back through these real quick. It won't be quite as amusing as Christopher's, but who wrote Cat in the Hat? You said Dr. Seuss. That is correct. What production company made Aladdin? You said Disney. Also correct. What color is grass? Green.
Good.
I think.
Yeah.
I think you got that one right. Darth Vader's famous line from Empire Strikes Back.
I knew. Just be prepared.
I was really hoping to trip you up.
You're about to get bougie.
No, yeah, I'm about to get super nerd. No, that was my troll question.
Yep.
Like the what is love question. I was hoping you were going to say, Luke, I am your father. Because that is not the line. The line is, no, I am your father.
I only
Yes,
said
I know,
I
I'm
am
super
your
nerdy.
father.
Yes, you did. I'll give you that.
Excuse me while we have our collective eye roll again.
I know. What do you pour in your cereal? You said milk, so that is correct. You have 10 toes on.
I am wearing all my toes.
Apparently. Finish the team, Batman, and you said
Robin Hood.
That might make a better team, actually.
Whoa.
I would be interested in watching /
think
reading
Robin
that
Hood-
spinoff. That
I think it's
team up.
very clear that we could argue Robin Hood probably does more good than Robin does.
You shut your mouth. All right, when Ashley Robinson comes back on this show, we're going to fight. All right.
I'm not saying Robin's bad. I'm just saying one gives everything to the poor.
And one saves people's lives.
No, the other stands in the background while the big guy saves lives.
That is not okay.
I did
Then he says,
listen
"Holy
to Steven's
ravioli."
interview on Tales from the Fandom, so I know not to get in the middle of this.
Yes, you should. All right, I said
Whatever.
name a Shakespeare play. You said
Hamilton.
Shakespeare's greatest work.
Yes.
What day comes after Monday? You said Tuesday. That's right.
Okay.
What does a cow drink? You said minna.
I said not milk.
Yeah, minna, not milk. The answer's water. That was another troll question.
Yeah.
What color's mustard? You did say yellow. Mm-hmm. I would have given you brown.
Okay. Depends on like how old fashioned your mustard is. Is it French's? Is
Or
it
how moldy your mustard is.
Or how long your mustard's been in the fridge open.
Yeah.
What kind of animal is a kid? You said goat, which is correct. I would have accepted goat or human, just however you took it.
Yep.
Name me 3 good boys. You did that. You did that correctly.
Good. That was the important one.
What podcast are you on right now? I don't think you know.
Is this adulting? But I am an adult, and I may or may not be adulting.
Now, your answer was adult, am I an adult? I adult, is this adulting?
To be fair, that was our original title, and we realized it was probably a little bit too long.
Yes, so you know what? I'm going to give it to you.
It didn't. It doesn't matter. You could give her whichever ones she wanted because she beat me after the 4th question.
And what is the square root of 4? You said no. You just didn't want that one. The answer's 2, but so your scores combined added up to 14. Chris, you got 3 of those. And Kristin, you nailed it with 11.
Well
14's a good
So-
score. I like this team scoring mechanism.
That's the most
Yeah.
anyone has ever gotten, I think.
Oh.
It is.
Congratulations.
You didn't
So
softball
well
it?
done.
Yeah, I think this game is slowly needing to change its name to really just too fast, too embarrassed because pretty much everyone is good at this game except for me.
I love it though.
Yeah. Hey, look, I think it just helps people understand all of the amazing things that I don't say that come to my mind before I actually speak words. So, welcome into the deep darkness of my mind.
I've been hanging out there for a decade, and
Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
The most popular Sesame Street character.
Just the most beautiful Muppet, Pumpkinhead. God's greatest creation. No, that was Gus Gus. Sorry.
Yeah,
Gus was
the
God's
baby
greatest
hippo,
creation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Chris. So, do you want to go ahead and we'll get into our last topic? Do you want to talk about what our topic's going to be?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot the last couple of days because I've been having such a bad week, and so I just wanted to kind of hear your thoughts too. In kind of sometimes it's better to verbally process with people instead of just kind of figuring out on your own. So lately I've been finding myself getting overwhelmed quite a bit with just all the different things that I need to do, whether it's for work, whether it's for the podcast, whether it's for just trying to be a good husband or good friend or, good family member, whatever it might be. And I imagine y'all are probably similar to me that sometimes when you get overwhelmed, you kind of feel like you're not being a good any of them. And so I'm just kind of curious because I've been having to face this question a lot of, so I'm overwhelmed. How do I get out of this? How do I get out of like the quicksand that it can kind of feel sometimes? Like, what are things that you do to cope? I've been trying to figure out, like, does a list make sense, or does that make me more stressed because then I am able to visually see all the things that I can stress about? Like, I don't know. So I'm just kind of curious some of your thoughts. I can kind of share some of the things that I've been attempting to do that maybe feel a little bit more Band-Aid than necessarily solution. I'm not saying there is one solution, but I just think everyone handles it differently, and I'm just curious about how y'all go about it yourselves.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much for both of your advice. I'm already coping better now.
I mean, when I'm overwhelmed, I don't handle it well. I think we both know that. I tend to do this thing called melting down, and I do a lot of that. I honestly wish I had like some sort of insight on this where I could be like, this is how you fix it, because I don't know how. I've been feeling extremely overwhelmed lately. I mean, you know that you've listened to me talk. I've reached a point where it's just like I felt like there was so much to do. That's why Saturday I hit that rock bottom. I've got all these things on my schedule. I'm working 3 jobs. I'm volunteering at 2 organizations. I'm doing all sorts of things with my time. I'm trying to find time to spend with my wife. She's stressed out because the theater production is going on right now. And so it's just felt like everything is kind of piled on. And it's been really overwhelming. And it's just a matter of how do I handle that? And I kind of, like you, feel like I've been doing some things that are Band-Aids, but nothing that's really fixed it. I've been trying to do more self-care. I took the last, 2 to 3 months off of my other show because I was just overloaded. And so, hey, Julie, sorry, I haven't been on Meddling Kids. And I'm still debating what I'm going to do with that because I have to take care of myself. So it's a matter of I've taken more time to myself, but in some ways that's become more stressful, if that makes sense, because I feel like I should constantly be working. Yeah. But I just get too overwhelmed. So I feel like when I try to fix things, it's little things. I read more. I play a game, and I binge a TV show, and I'm good for, the rest of the day. But then I get up the next morning, and that anxiety and that heaviness is right back. And so I don't have an answer, to be honest.
I think answers are going to be hard to come by.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
necessarily looking for answers, Steven. I'm just looking for what are some of the things that you do that tend to kind of help get you out of the rut once you're able to get out.
Yeah. I mean, like thinking about lists, sometimes I find those super helpful, but sometimes I have the tendency, like once I start a list, I want it to be completely comprehensive and encompass all of the things I will ever have to do or ever had to do. And like it becomes this horrific notation of all of the things I'm failing at instead of like a helpful tool to progress in my life. And I definitely tend to ghost when I'm getting overwhelmed and just like
Definitely.
nope out of a lot of things and a lot of relationships that are maybe actually helpful. That would have been a good support, but I'm just like, no, I'm on my couch right now. This blanket is really good company. I'm just under it. So I know that, I mean, for me, it's, did I make the bed? Like the minute like that the bed is made, I can be like, I accomplished one thing today. That bed.
Yeah.
I propped the pillows up nicely, and that's primo.
Yeah. Some like small wins
Yeah.
sometimes give what you need. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I mean, I get super overwhelmed by like bureaucratic tasks. I find those
Sure.
deeply terrifying. And especially now, like as a Canadian in America, like dealing with figuring out health insurance and whatnot is like very overwhelming. So I sometimes like will just say one thing out loud to my partner to be like, I have this problem and I will do something about it. I have this prescription
Yeah.
that needs to be renewed. I have now said it out loud, and so now I have to sort of start trying to figure it out. And for me, if I know like this is different for a lot of people, but if I don't get to the gym, I'm a very much more miserable person. So trying to track like how long has it been since I've gone and trained, and trying to kick my butt into that.
Something that you said that resonated with me that I've been thinking about a lot lately is you talked about sometimes speaking out loud to somebody
Yeah.
else. And I've been recognizing lately, just in theory, I like lists. In theory, I do. I'm really, really known for not only just being bad at like social media, but like being bad at my task list
Yeah.
of I'll put everything on the task list, but then it just becomes a very overwhelming thing. And even if I put reminders, I end up like just moving those reminders back
Yep.
like 40 times. And so something that, so in like in my personal life, the areas that things I need to be able to get done that aren't work related necessarily. Like I just recently was talking to Kate this morning about it when I was feeling really anxious, and she could tell because I'm usually a pretty, if not obnoxious, then you can say cheery person in the morning.
No, obnoxious is more fitting.
Like I said, depending on the morning, but usually it's obnoxious. And so if all of a sudden I get really quiet, and you can tell like I'm heavily breathing, then you can tell something's up. And so it was amazing. Like this morning, I don't know. It's something that I don't know. I think sometimes when being overwhelmed, my go-to response is if I can get it all figured out in my head of what needs to be done, then I can start knocking them off the list. But lately, for some reason, being overwhelmed has felt almost impossible to do alone. And so it's been interesting just kind of talking with my wife and saying, hey, do you mind kind of just sitting down with me? Even if all you're doing is sitting down, I'm verbally saying it and writing on a list, and you can help me for a second brainstorm just which ones to you seem that could be done sooner. Sometimes just hearing someone else be like, yeah, no, you can get that done, is enough to be able to give me some encouragement that it can in fact be done. Like, and I did the same thing at work today. As bad as I am at social media, I'm 40 times worse at email.
Oh my gosh, email's so bad. Oh.
Yeah, email just makes me panic, and I know a lot of people prefer they don't want to see any like numbers beside unread or new. You know, for me, I have the opposite problem. I get so overwhelmed by it. I end up having, you know, hundreds of unread emails at any time, and it's not good for the job I'm in. And so I had someone sit down who's really good at that, just kind of say like, I know I have the ability to do it, but honestly right now, I just, even though deep down I know, I just don't believe it. Mm-hmm. And so I almost need someone beside me just to kind of be there as a safety net. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, and I've been doing that lately, and that's difficult to do because, I mean, yeah, it's easy enough for me to be able to do it with, just be honest and transparent with my wife, but it's a little bit harder, and when you have to be more vulnerable with other people, you know,
right,
and that's not an easy thing necessarily to do, but it's something that for me, it's finally something where I've kind of been left with no choice, but I now need to, because if I don't talk to someone about it, then it's going to continue to go internal, and then I'm going to have another panic attack, and those just suck, and do nothing but make you feel even more helpless. So yeah, I mean, if nothing else, thanks for just kind of letting me process that out loud, because I think that's the hardest part. Like, it's one thing, you know, I think most of us are really busy a lot of the time, but sometimes the hardest part, like for instance, sometimes the hardest part is not taking a test or studying for the test. It's getting the energy or motivation to even start studying for the test, you know? And I think the same thing is true with when you get overwhelmed. Sometimes you just need someone to help give you the shove.
Yeah, like the concept.
They give you the confidence that you can do it.
Yeah, like the concept of like making a date with a study buddy for the test, because like then you have to go and show up somewhere and like somebody is sitting beside you. I know that at one point I had like a really tough period, and I had a lot of like, you know, student loan stuff and like tax stuff and what, like bureaucratic processes that were not like terribly difficult on their own, but that had just like built up and were terrifying. And I was spending a lot of time like actively hiding from them. And like I had a friend who actually just sat down beside me, and I was like, hey, I need to do this. And she just sat there and like she read her book as I like did things, and like just having that person there to keep me company through that and like hold my hand when I had a friend recently who like just sat beside me in an office when I had to call back to Quebec to like figure out some health thing and like deal with French bureaucracy. And she just sat there and it made it 10,000 times easier.
Yeah, definitely.
It was really nice.
Steven?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, I just you had a look on your face, and I didn't know.
No, taco's good out here. I'm all right. I've just kind of been taking it all in, kind of absorbing it and thinking about all of the things I have to do tomorrow. It's already setting in for tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to get some more done maybe tonight, so I don't stress about it. Breaking up tasks is something that helps me. I know.
And I keep saying, I've said this multiple times on the podcast, but I'm just going to keep saying it. You know, I'm a pretty hyper person, and I like to goof around a lot. I like to joke around a lot. I rarely find myself sitting still unless it's me being passed out on the couch watching Netflix. That being said, I have been shocked that the more I've been able to get into things like mindfulness or meditation, I never in a million years thought I could do that. Whenever I've thought of meditation, I've thought of like just sitting on the ground, crossing your legs, saying Om over and over again and not understanding it. And like recently, because I found some really cool apps, one of them is free. It's called Insight Timer. I really encourage you to check it out. There's tons of free guided meditations. Like honestly, it's the same thing that we were just talking about. It's having a friend, maybe it's a friend you don't know, but it's a friend walking you through and just kind of saying like, hey, it's okay. Just follow exactly what I'm trying to do or telling you right now. And it's been really, I mean, today I was freaking out in between two things at work, and it's kind of embarrassing because especially I just got a promotion. So like you feel the struggle of you need to look like you've got things together. But I was like, you know what, screw it. I don't care. I'm not going to be able to process if I don't just go into this room for a second, put my headphones in, close my eyes, and just have like a 5-minute thing where someone else tells me it's okay, be compassionate to yourself and breathe, you know? And so that in itself has been something, it's helped me get to sleep at night. It's helped. I mean, honestly, even talking about it makes me feel a little anxious. And so I'm probably going to, when we get done here, I'm probably going to go and use it again. But it's been amazing how having someone sit with you and walk you through being still and has left me feeling a lot safer in knowing that I'm going to make it, you know? Yeah. Which is never something until these last couple of years I've worried about. And that's the whole thing. Anxiety, depression, whatever it might be, makes you stop feeling like yourself. And that's pretty scary. And so having those moments where it kind of reminds you that you still are okay, you're still you, it's good. So, yeah. Well, thank y'all for letting me just process that out loud. It was helpful and therapeutic.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for sharing it, man. We are going to start winding it down, but if you'd like to send us a topic for discussion or a mental health check-in, or you have anything else on your mind, like I said earlier, we are not professionals, but you can send that to us over at isthisadultingpod@gmail.com.
Once you've done that, please continue to reach out to us on any of our social medias. By us, Steven, because he's the one that does that.
That's me.
He'll reach out to you. You can follow us on really any of the platforms. You know, if you want to be on Twitter, reach us at our handle. It's at @isthis_adulting. Also, please reach out to us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, but even more importantly than that, we have an online support group. It's called it's our best friends group. It's called the Is This Adulting Best Friends. It's an amazing place where people are able to both share, hey, I'm freaking out right now, or hey, my spouse, my parent, my coworker, someone was really, really intense, and I need someone just to tell me I'm worth it. But also it's a place that said, hey, this meme of a dog smiling and jumping on a trampoline brought me a lot of joy. Hope it brings you some joy too. And it's a nice place on the internet when there's very few out there. And so we encourage you to be a part of that. And if you have any trouble finding it online, go to our website. You can find it there. Our website is isthisadultingpod.com. And then while you're there, check out everything from our show notes, which is a bunch of the different games we've played in the past so that you can kind of take and play them with your friends. You can go to our merch store and find out some cool things. And as well as if you just want to get in touch with us to help us in breaking the stigma around mental health, then we would love if you did that. And finally, just continue to spread the word. You can do that by subscribing, rating, reviewing our show. You do that in different podcasts, and that's how people find us. And that's how we can keep growing the movement and growing this podcasting community together.
We'd like to thank the collection for the use of our theme music, The Borrowers, off their album Ars Moriendi. Kristin, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
Your Highness Flim Flim.
Yeah, Princess Flim Flim.
Princess Flim Flim, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be hard for that not to be the episode title.
I'm immediately changing my Twitter name to that.
Oh my God! I'm going to check and make sure you do.
It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna be really upset if you don't, because really, could there be a greater name?
No, I have it. It's mine. Sorry, everybody else.
Well, we hope you had fun.
Absolutely.
We would love to have you back on in the future. Come hang out with us.
Yeah.
Good baby boys. Yeah. That's going to do it for us here on Is This Adulting this week. I've been your best friend, Steven.
I've been your best friend, Chris.
I'm your best friend, Kristin / Princess Flim Flim.
Princess Flim Flim. And remember, kids, be happy, stay healthy, and go hug someone.
Because you never know. They may have just gone through puberty. And that's rough, y'all. They need the hug right now more than ever. Spider puberty. There's hair everywhere. Sounds like a horrible sci-fi movie. That Sharknado wasn't enough, so now it's just spider puberty.
Spider puberty. Hair everywhere.
All right, on that note, bye.
Bye.
Is This Adulting is part of the Orbital Jigsaw Podcast Network. You can find our show, as well as others, at orbitaljigsaw.com. You can also find all of our merch at orbitaljigsaw.com/store. We are almost entirely listener supported, so if you like what you hear, please consider clicking the Support the Show tab on our website, isthisadultingpod.com. We have tons of cool rewards, exclusive content, coloring sheets, Mad Libs, you name it, and much more that you'll receive in return for your support on Patreon. Thanks for all you do, and we'll see you next week.